I'm Mary.
And I'm Ian, and this week we're going to be talking about the 5 biggest missteps. But first, congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. You hit the 6,000 daily step barrier.
Now 6,000 steps is your daily recommended walking. So what you want to do now is aim for 10,000 steps when you exercise. You think that walking is pretty much risk-free, right?
Right. What are we likely to do wrong?
Well, with walking, really the injuries are very low risk of injuries, which is why it's usually recommended for beginners. The only real common injuries, if anything, is going to be foot pain, and a lot of that is caused by wearing improper shoes. Some shin pain, you'll hear of like shin splints and things like that, and many of these things can be avoided, again, with walking on the right surface, with the right shoes, and doing your stretches and things like that.
Flexibility is very important because it helps align the joints the way they're supposed to be. So for example, if your hamstrings are tight, your hamstrings are connected to the pelvis, and it's going to cause a tilting of the pelvis, which is going to change your spinal curves, which is going to make it very difficult to maintain correct posture. So make sure you stretch after you finish walking, or after a warm-up even, and make sure you stretch consistently. Remember, with stretches, it's all about consistency, not about intensity. So don't feel as if you're going to stretch once or twice a day, but you're going to stretch really, really hard, because your body you cannot force your body to do anything. Your muscles are going to go into a spasm. So the better way to do it is just take it to a point of stretch, breathe into the stretch so that your muscles automatically stretch out, and do it consistently over the whole day.
It seems that not doing any warm-ups and not doing any stretches may get us into trouble.
Indeed. These are the first of the 5 biggest walking missteps. The others are using a poor walking form, wearing worn-out or poorly fitting shoes, and, if you want to find out what the last one is, review your handout.
A good idea is always to start with a light warm-up. Usually it's done by marching and some huggers and just some gentle moving around. Just getting your heart rate, starting to work, your muscles getting a little bit warmer. You can even do something that we call huggers, which is just warming up your upper body. And another thing too I like to do is some shifting of weight. So basically you're just shifting your weight, try to warm up some of your upper leg muscles. So after you're done with a little bit of a warm up, then you can go into some stretches. So things like stretching out your hamstring for one. If you bend this leg and pop the toe up on the other leg and just very gently lean forward, and you're not really holding very long when you do your stretches before a walk, just to warm up the hamstring. And then another thing that you can do is stretch out the calf briefly, pressing your heel down on the floor, going into a little bit of a forward lunge, and just stretching the calf, again, not holding very long. And a lot of people too always like to stretch out the quadricep, which is this is a stretch that you see a lot, and you see a lot of runners do this. So you can stretch out the quadricep. And that's really kind of sufficient for stretching before a walk. And after the stretch, you go ahead and start your walk, start slowly. And one common thing too with injuries is sometimes people start too much too fast. And then as say you've done your walk for about 30 minutes or so, and you're getting ready to finish, you should always slow down your walk. So you don't want to go from a very fast walk to an abrupt stop. You want to cool down, and that's really, again, slowing down your walk and then going back to the same thing that you do with your warm-up. You can march in place, you can do those weight shifts again, and things like that, and the huggers, and people will twist and things, and you'll feel great. So it doesn't even matter, but you're gonna keep moving. And after you feel like you've cooled down a little bit, then you can go into some of your more longer stretches, if you will. So if you want to stretch out the hamstring, you want to actually try and go down a little bit further, and you will be able to go down a little bit further when your muscles are so warm. And you can hold the hamstring stretch, and again the quadricep stretch. Another really good one to do is stepping out almost like where your foot is pointing one way and your other foot is pointing this way, and you can bend down to the side. You can even reach up your arm. This is similar to like a yoga pose, and it's really great for stretching out from the hip all the way down from the side of your leg.
go to www.thelarge-rhd.org. Hit the Step It Up tab and click on Step It Up members. If you haven't done so already, you will be asked to register with Rendezvous, where Step It Up has its own interactive group. Here you can download handouts, get the latest information, and view the weekly videos. This week's handouts are the 5 biggest missteps, stretching tips, injury prevention. Today we will be increasing the number of daily steps with 700 to 6,100, and you will be invited to write down your progress in your journal. This will largely determine how successful you will be. If need be, adjust your goals. And now, the tip of the week.
Save yourself stress and get steps to boot by parking on the edge of the lot.
There you have it.